This movie was a bit of a hard watch for me. My ADHD brain in the way it like kind of like broke itself up was really hard for me to kind of like wrap my brain around. I was able to watch it throughout the week, and then I was able to come back today and watch it completely, and that kind of like cemented how I felt about it. And um, it wasn't boring. It's just the way he like set everything up made it hard to focus. But I do enjoy the way he challenges the audience. And like I like how they live. The first part of the discussion kind of sets the board because it's like an easy concept for everybody to like wrap their brain around, with like him putting on the glasses and seeing like kind of all the other things that like are representing what we enjoy but not representing how we were supposed to feel. I also think that like applying critical theory to like abstract ideas of like enjoyment or freedom is something that like does happen and happens quite a bit, and the idea of not being able to do that is kind of crazy. It's like just because it's not concrete and like in our hands doesn't mean that it can't have something like thought around it. I also think he's making an argument, but he's not really trying to force us to like go one way. He's just trying to let us know of the things around us, the tools we have, or like the tools being used on us. And that was really interesting. It's with the way the world's going, I even wrote this, with the way the world's going, I would implore more people to be aware of the tools being used on us so that we can start to question some of these things. If we don't think critically, if we don't see the tools around us being used, like how are we going to be able to force ourselves out of these bad systems? And it seems like, especially nowadays, it does seem like we are falling more into a trap of just listening to others instead of thinking for ourselves. The value of this sort of system is immense. I mean, you can see it in today with like how kids are raised and like how they want to be buying like certain things or want to be looking a certain way, and like the type of makeup that girls wear is like very influenced by what they see, like what they hear, and like the things that men got by are like influenced by what they see. And like let's say like a guy wants a new golf club, of course he's gonna buy a golf club that his buddies are talking about, or like, you know, things kind of like that. And that's like, you know, like it really made me think, and the religion aspect of it like really made me think, because it's like religion is always like right there, and it's like kind of like how we shape ourselves and everything. So it was, made me more aware of like kind of what's being said to me and like what I need to be on the lookout for. The easiest part was for sure They Live, and then Dark Knight. I really liked the Dark Knight because like like Batman is technically a criminal, and he's celebrated and beloved by like the people and even like us outside of it. So it's like looking at how violence is celebrated there is kind of like a hard thing to like actually wrap my brain around now as I grow older. Even Sisik says, in order to sustain the lie of deceit of a decent civil society, you need an agent of violence who does the dirty job. And Batman's a good thing to kind of like look at, because then right away in that next excerpt they look at like the Nazis and how they use propaganda to make their violence seem righteous. And that's a little crazy to me that like we're able to like, you know what I'm saying, it's not like on the same level, but it's still like kind of like right there. I was really confused with it's not that I was confused with the Sound of Music, but it like made me feel a little uncomfortable in looking at like how people are kept under the thumb, in like how music and love is kind of like being forced there, because I've always had like a bad idea of religion, and so it's made me really uncomfortable like looking at that. And my biggest takeaway from this is that it's okay to be confused and challenged. This wasn't a very comfortable way to get information, but it's a way that we need, you know, like this is something that I feel better about watching, and that's something that I want other people to watch, because like I said, this movie made me want to look more closely at things I enjoy and ask why I enjoy them, and then maybe look at like what systems are there behind those feelings, you know, like why do I enjoy that, and then maybe figure out a little bit more about myself. Goodbye.